Hey everybody, how are you doing? How are you making it out this week with everything going on in the world and with all the quarantining and staying home? Some of us are going out because of our essential businesses. Others are staying home as much as possible. We hope you're doing okay. Hey, I want you to interact here a little bit. Out of these 6 different attitudes, what's your attitude and how you doing? Number 1, are you kind of looking at everything saying like, hey, everything's the same, there's no changes, there's nothing crazy, I'm going the same work, same job, we're all fine, and everything's honky-dory. Maybe you're number 2. The world's coming to an end and you're stocking up and you're filling up your grocery carts and you kind of got some anxiety whether or not we're all going to make it through this. Maybe you're number 3, that you got cabin fever and you're just like, I need to get out of this house, I've been in this house way too long, and you just feel the walls closing in on you. Maybe you're number 4. Maybe you're losing your patience. Maybe you've been losing your patience with people around you, your family, just because of these situations that are going on. Maybe you're number 5. Maybe you're exhausted because your work demands have increased and you're working around the clock and you just feel like you're the Tasmanian devil and you can't keep up. Or maybe you're number 6 and maybe you just feel like you're a stream. You're peaceful, you're calm, you're just taking it slowly one day at a time and you're like a gentle stream. Well, I hope you're like number 6, but it's okay if you're not. I know many of us are wrestling with all these changes, and I just wanted to give you a little word of encouragement from Matthew 18 today, real quick, just a couple minutes. And Matthew 18, Jesus encourages us to be childlike. And in Matthew 18, he's talking to the disciples. The disciples have their attitudes in the wrong place. They said, Jesus, who's the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And he called a little child to stand among them. And he said, I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And this word encourages us today because Jesus is asking us to become childlike, humble ourselves like a child. And I've been around my kids a lot, and you know, my kids right now, they're not worrying about how much we have in our bank account. They're not worrying about if we're going to be able to get our jobs done or not. They're not worried about the stock market. They're not worried about if the president is doing what he's saying he's doing or not doing what he's saying he's doing. We're trying to keep our kids even from knowing too much about numbers and when things are going to come to an end. They're not worrying about that. You know what they're worrying about? Our kids are saying, Mom and Dad, can we have something to eat, please? Mom and Dad, I'm hungry. Mom and Dad, can you take a break and play with us and just take a little time off so we can hang out together? Mom and Dad, can we do a chore around the house? Well, they're not asking about doing a chore around the house, but we are telling them, hey, here's a chore you can do today around the house to help Mom and Dad. It's a different attitude. They're just childlike. Just what do we need today? And that's the attitude and the trust that God wants us to have with him. Just today, God, help me to trust you. What do you want from me today? Will you provide my needs for me today? And tomorrow you're going to help me through it today. Whether you're stuck at home and you're going crazy, God, help me with this. Struggling with patience, whether you're working overtime, God, give me strength for today. You know what Jesus doesn't encourage us to be? Jesus doesn't want us to be childish. He says be childlike, but not childish. Childish is being immature, right? Childish is arguing, complaining because you don't have your own way, being selfish, being immature. That's childish. That's not what he wants. He wants us to be childlike. So I'm praying for you today, praying that you would have a childlike heart afresh today. And can I just encourage you one more time? Be the church today. Be the church this week. Reach out to people that you know and you love, whether it's your family, whether it's your church family, whether it's your neighbors. Be the church and continue to reach out to the people around you. Love and grace from me and everyone at Abundant Life Church. We love you and we're praying for you. God bless.